Hey everyone, it's me. I wanted to talk about the holidays and things a lot of parents struggle with, or a lot of family members struggle with when it comes to holidays, weddings, first communions, and any special event that happens in any sort of family where you were born and raised into a family that got together for every birthday, every holiday, every christening. It was, maybe you were together every week. But I want to talk about in today's day and age when estrangement is so prevalent, and you're dealing with families that are basically torn apart due to estrangement and not really sure how to navigate, especially when it comes to the first Christmas or first holiday after the estrangement, where the family says, well, I want to invite everyone because I'm not the one who is disconnected or estranged from said person, from a child or an adult child, etc. So, what does a parent do or a person do if they have recently gone through an estrangement or have been through estrangement for a long time or have succumbed to family holidays where said estranged person's going to be, where you're walking into a situation not knowing how the estranged person is going to act towards you, and there's an elephant in the room, not just a white elephant gift, because it's certainly not a gift when you're sitting in a room and you're being ignored or they're just being blatant towards you. So what do you do? I was, like I said, born and raised in a family that was together all the time. We did everything together, every holiday, birthday, everything. And so it was ingrained that this is kind of just the way it was. It's how you were raised. If you were raised in a family where mom went to work or mom stayed home and you were kind of raised up in that type of family, it's something similar to that. So it's an obligation. It almost feels ingrained that it's just the way it is. But now today, we have so many situations where parents say, what am I going to do? What should I do if my estranged child is going to be in the same room as me, whether it's 1 year, 10 years, or decades since you've seen that person? And there has been uh, there's been no communication. You don't know where they stand. You're up in the air. You're really not sure what to do. I remember it was in my family. I had my mom's brother, um, was married to a woman, um, that was frowned upon. I'm not going to say by the whole family, by certain individuals. And so, therefore, I don't know if this is why they kept their distance, but a lot of times they didn't really attend as many family parties as what we did. And so I didn't know the psychology behind it. I didn't understand it. And that's just, it's just known that so and so may or may not show up. So they set their own precedent regarding what they wanted to. And we didn't really have estrangement. We had, you know, maybe one or two people that were kind of Debbie Downers, but we don't know exactly why they didn't really get involved or weren't as involved or weren't as present as everybody else. And maybe they went to visit with my grandma and grandpa on their own terms, and kept to maintain a relationship with my grandparents and that aspect. But what do you do when you're newly estranged or been estranged for a long time, and your maybe brother, sister, cousin, mom, dad, etc. is saying, we're going to have Christmas here, but your estranged child is going to be here, or they may show up, or they may have RSVP'd, or they may not. And you're sitting there wondering, what am I going to do? Because it's I remember my first time seeing my estranged children, but it was at the bedside of my grandmother who was passing away. So it was very unnerving and it was very anxiety stricken, and it just was really, really rough. Um, but all I have to say is, you have to say, do you, number one, outside of how you were raised, do you want to attend this party? And if so, why? What are you hoping to get out of it? If you know you're going to be in the same room as an estranged sibling or a estranged child or an estranged parent, how do you navigate? Uh, how is this going to set the precedent where you feel obligated to attend every family function, regardless of how you feel when you're in the room with someone who does not wish you a very Merry Christmas or very Happy Holiday? How can you celebrate? How can you find joy in? And just like my aunt and uncle, what we can do is start our own traditions and say, these are the people I want to celebrate with. What you can do, and I just thought about this, is you can have your own little holiday a week prior or a week after Christmas, Thanksgiving, etc. And say to your sibling, if you've been invited to their party and you know your estranged child's going to be there, or your estranged sibling or estranged parent, and say, I appreciate the invite. As you know, because it's always well known when there's an estrangement or a family feud. As you know, this person and I being in the same room is not going to allow everyone the chance to celebrate as they would like to individually with certain people. So therefore, why don't you come over to my place? I'm going to have a small gathering. Maybe we can go out and get a cup of coffee, but we can start our own tradition and have a new way to celebrate outside of that sphere and outside of the norm of what we've known. So that's what you can do instead of attending or being present with others who want to rain on your parade. Simply have your own holiday and start your own tradition. And most important, I feel for myself personally, I want to celebrate special moments with special people, and I want to keep it light and I want to keep it happy. And the only way to do that is by me not being present around those who don't wish me well or who really don't want to see me. And a lot of times it may be a tactic so that they can continue to make sure that you don't have a very Merry Christmas. So that's what I wanted to talk about. It's just an idea that just came to my mind here at this very moment. So you don't have to attend holidays and parties with family just because that's the way it's been. You start your own tradition and do what makes you happy, and then your world will be a much more peaceful place. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I hope this helps someone else, and I hope everyone's having a great day. Bye bye.